Of course, I do not criticize without delivering a solution. When I criticize, I deliver a solution. So, that person, because we return, we've done 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we return to 5 because I've always only been talking about 5a, but now we are at 5b, and this goes all through to 5z. The way how to do it better than what I've just lived. First, when I call that the number 5 of 5, or I call that person the POS. If you don't know what's a POS or POSH, then just go back to number 1 of 5. It is thoroughly explained there. When the POS is already retired, then he or she should think about, is it still possible to do a whole therapy program throughout years? If no, then when you're at the age of retirement, just don't accept new patients. You have a right to your pension. Then, when you cannot stand the fact that the situation of the patient deteriorates, then as soon as you see this, then leave this treatment, because when you have reached a certain age, it is no longer necessary to show successes. You have all this behind you. So when a patient deteriorates and you dislike this fact, leave the patient step by step with some empathy. We all consider the fact that a psychotherapist should have something like empathy. Otherwise he or she won't become a psychotherapist. Or am I wrong? Third, do not interrupt the patient when the patient is talking and has not yet finished his sentence. Don't interrupt a patient in the middle of his sentence when the patient must think about how to explain that. Because once we got to a point where the POS age said, and now you don't know what to say, huh? Because she had interrupted me and she had cut my thread of explaining a certain situation. I was pissed then, and this didn't work out well. Because sometimes I wished myself in front of a white wall, just talk silently, patiently to that white wall, or even shout at that white wall. And if I need some kind of wisdom from time to time, I can buy cheap calendars, wall calendars, who have some aphorisms written, yeah? And if I need a new aphorism that doesn't interrupt me in the middle of my sentence, then I just tear down a sheet of paper and I have a new aphorism. The result is just the same. Then, fourth, again, I can't decipher my handwriting. When you think that... of course. When an hour starts and the patient... Anyway, it was just a phone therapy, a telephone therapy, so I did not have to go there, yeah? Or even if the patient goes personally there to the office of the POS or psychotherapist. And the psychotherapist is very sick with bronchitis, bronchitis, yeah, and then just tell that. And when you have already reached a certain age, this is just natural. Then we let this hour just pass and don't hold this hour. And the social insurance will not pay you that time for this hour, of course, yeah? But don't let the patient call, which wouldn't matter when the patient calls. You just explain, listen, I have no voice today, I cannot talk, I cannot concentrate, I'm very sick. Let us just hang up. This day today doesn't count. We don't make this today, and you call a week or 2 weeks later. When I'm able, we'll do the hour. When I'm not able, we will stop the whole thing. Yeah, but don't do as if you were not sick, and the patient desperately tries to do as if this was a psychotherapy session, but actually it is not. Then you are the one who lies to the whole system. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So when you finish, although we've just applied for new hours, and it is precious to have acknowledged these hours, yeah, about 25 hours left, and they are already accepted, and the insurance would pay that, but you don't want to hold that, or cannot hold these psychotherapy sessions. Then do not interrupt it abruptly by just saying, look out for a new patient, and then you hang up. Because when you have no voice, you could at least write 8 to 10 lines with a kind of summary or some nice words or words of consolation. Yeah? And above all, how you can proceed now. Because I ran from Pontius to Pilatus to know what I'm doing now with the 25, 26 hours which I don't get from anywhere. Yeah? So I'm far over my time. I never speak 8 minutes, but I had to do this in one take.